Broadcasting from the center of the universe and the Thrive15.com world headquarters.
Let's go!
Presenting the world's only business school without the BS. With optometrist and entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zellner and the former Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear, Clay Clark. It's the Thrivetime Show. 3, 2, 1, boom.
1, 2 into the 3 on the microphone. It is me. 'Tis I and him. My name is Clay Clark, and I am happy to be joined with you today on the Thrivetime Show. It is a sincere honor to be here with you. We love helping you grow your businesses, and we love the questions that you ask, because so many of you are asking us questions every day. You're emailing info@thrive15.com. I think almost in a kind of a way where you're almost doubtful that we're actually going to respond, but you'll email info@thrive15.com. And one of the questions that we're getting a lot is, okay, once I've started to build my business and it's growing now, what are the steps to actually quitting my day job and starting my dream job? So you've been moonlighting, you've been working on your other business at home, a couple hours here and there, but now you're starting to make some money, and you're wanting to know what are the steps to go from working part-time in your business to going full-time. And Z, I mean, what encouragement, my friend, would you give to somebody out there who's going, I really do want to go full-time, but I'm kind of scared to make that jump? I mean, what kind of advice would you give for?
Whoa, time out.
Wow.
It's Monday. We can't start a Monday show off without, it's lunchtime. I'm hungry. I want to know where to go eat, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I want to know, you always have fascinating weekends. I want to know, just give me one high point of your weekend,
Yeah, I'll give you all.
I mean, we got to marinate just a little bit. You can't just, you're like that speed train from Paris to London. Just.
All right, so here's what we did this weekend.
Okay, thank you. I like living vicariously through the Clark Palace and Chicken.
Well, one is all the Clark kids work at the Thrivetime Workshop. So if you come to the Thrivetime Workshop, all 5 Clark kids will be there. They're going to be serving you beverages, and they're going to be greeting you. And so we had a great time. Aubrey was managing the pinyon wood burning that was going on.
Okay, there we go.
Havana was greeting people, and then to celebrate a great conference, we actually went out to Oklahoma Joe's. We had some baked beans. We had an awesome time. And then on Sunday, kind of a fun deal. My son has been using his 48-inch riding Husqvarna mower that he's been saving up for, and we kind of teamed up with him for Christmas to buy him the rest that he couldn't afford. He's driving this 48-inch riding lawnmower, and he's now watering our trees, because things are getting green now.
Yeah.
He's watering all the pine trees. We planted 41 pine trees, and he's out there planting those. And so we had what I believe to be the perfect American weekend.
Now, if someone listening, they go, I'm new to the show. I don't know what's going on. A friend told me about it. I'm listening to the podcast. They found us somehow. They may be going, conference? What happened?
Well, what happens is we have a 2-day in-person workshop that if you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you can learn about our next one. But it's really catching on, and it's becoming a phenomenon. It's becoming sort of an enigma where people say they can't understand it. It's like they're going, you didn't upsell me.
Right, which is shocking for most of them that show up.
It was only $500, but yet the guy next to me couldn't afford the $500, so you scholarshiped him. So I paid $500. The guy next to me paid like $20 because he needed a scholarship, and he didn't upsell any of us, and we left with the knowledge that we needed. And then you guys gave us a subscription to Thrive15.com, and people are going, what is your motive, man? Because when you come to these events, it's like a Jim Gaffigan concert energy meets business training. It's business school without the BS. And it's like, Z, when you walk in the Thrive15.com world headquarters, it's kind of like the Disneyland of entrepreneurship, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just inspiring. We've got a lot of young people working around here, so it just kind of makes you, put your little hip hop in your step as you're walking through. And I'll tell you what's really humbling, Clay, and you can see them, and you can Google this right now. You can go on Thrive 15 conference reviews, and you can look at some of the video reviews and some of the reviews that people are saying about Clay's speaking ability, the workshop, the whole thing. And I tell you what, it's it's so fun to connect with the people that are out there listening, because you kind of think of this as a kind of a one-way event. We're talking, we're kind of pouring our business knowledge out there in practical bite-sized steps for you to get and write down and learn from. But then whenever we do those in-person workshops, we can actually meet you face-to-face, give you a fist bump, talk to you, and actually, kind of be real people with each other. It's really kind of rewarding to see the people kind of light up and just say, hey, I just want to thank you. That was just, you've helped my business, which in turn helped my family, which in turn helped pay my bills, which in turn gave me time freedom and financial freedom. And that's what we're doing this for.
Well, we have this concept called the F6, which is the 6 Fs of a successful life. And you might say, the 6 Fs? Well, the F number 1 is family. You want to make those goals for your family. And you might say, well, on some of your episodes, you'd said faith. It really doesn't matter the order you put them in. You just got to put them in the priority order that makes sense for you. But family's big. Family's big. You want to ask yourself, what are your goals for your family? The second one is faith. Faith. What are your goals for your faith? Someone listening might say, well, my faith goals come first. That's fine. I'm just asking you to define a goal for all of them, okay? So don't get worried about the order, but there's family, there's faith. The next is fitness. You want to make goals for your fitness. You want to make goals for your friendships. You want to make goals for your finances. And you want to make goals for your fun. And what you want to do, Z, is there's 2 ways that you're going to become successful. There's 2 guaranteed ways. Z, do you want to hear the 2 ways?
Yeah, I would love to hear the 2 ways, because this is why I tune into the show.
Well, here you go. Way number 1 is you want to schedule whatever you want to happen. So let's just do an example.
Okay.
If you want to work out and get in shape, you got to put it on the schedule. So now you go at a certain time every week and you do that. I take my wife on a date on Wednesday night and Saturday night. And it's not by randomness, it's in the schedule. I take my son out to Oklahoma Joe's for baked beans at a set time because it's in the schedule. There's no shock to it. You schedule anything that you want to happen. Finances, family, friendships, you have to schedule it.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe, you're listening to The Thrivetime Show.
And the second one that we haven't talked about yet, but I want to really get into a deep dive in this next week, is you want to automate your financial decisions. And that, you want to get me in a rabbit trail there. But you want to become an automatic millionaire? Well, what you do is, I call this the latte effect or the coffee effect. Most people spend $5 a day on coffee or some random stuff they bought at a convenience store.
Right.
And if you automate a deduction of $5 a day or $10 a day into like a mutual fund, step 1 is you schedule the automation of the investment. And step 2 is just don't die. And then 20 years later, you're going to hit your goal. I mean, I'm serious. That's how it works. It's the magic of compound interest. Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. And when you automate your savings, I don't care if you never win the jackpot, if you never do anything big with your life in terms of your career, if you never have any big wins, if you just save consistently, you will win financially. So 1 is schedule time for what matters, but 2, you want to automate your savings. And see, I want to ask you about this before we bring our special guest onto the microphone. I have a question for you about this.
All right. Lay it on me, big
What
dog.
are some things that you scheduled into your schedule early on when you started Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates? Things that you put into the schedule, things that you said, this has to happen, that allowed you to go full-time and full steam ahead and grow that business that you think maybe the average entrepreneur is not scheduling?
Ooh, that is an excellent question. When you first said that, I break it down to all those 6 Fs. The first one was family. You got to have your date night. You got to be purposeful with your kids. You say, how does that have to do with business? Because I tell you what, you can't have a successful business if your home life is chaos.
Oh, man.
You can't do it. People all the times, the number 1 questions I get asked by young entrepreneurs is, how do I know when I've been, working too much and not home enough? How do I know? How do I balance that work, life, family, fun stuff? How do I do it?
It's scary at home.
And I tell them this. A couple things will happen. 1, your significant other will say, hey, Bucky, get home.
Oh.
Number 2, your kids will be like, Dad or Mom, I forgot what you look like. And the key is that just like... Let me make an analogy. When I'm training a new doctor that works for me, a new optometrist, not real doctors, kind of sort of doctors. When I'm training an optometrist to work for me, I tell them, I say, listen, when you go into the exam room, make sure and sit down.
Sit down.
Be purposeful and sit down. And why do I say that? Because the person that you're doing the exam on, studies show that they will think that you've been in the exam room much longer period of time than if you stood the whole time.
Oh, wow.
So it's a purposeful move.
It's a move.
So what I say is, when I'm saying that to say is that when you're with your kids, put your phone up. Disconnect from the matrix for at least an hour or two that you're spending time with your kids.
Can I go ahead and hit the air horn you can repeat that again? When you're sitting down with your kids, do what?
Put your phone, I would use an expletive there, put your phone up, turn it off, turn it on silent, tuck it away for a little bit. Nothing's going to happen in the 2 hours that's, the breaking news, the dogs and cats living together, the eye of the tornado, the storm, the hurricane, the thing that's coming. It's good. It's going to be okay.
See, we had a Thriver who just called. They're saying, put the phone down. I mean, are you serious? And they called in, and luckily we were able to record the entirety of their phone call.
Oh,
they called in. This is what they said.
Oh, what'd they say?
You're saying it weird.
Saying what weird?
What?
All of it.
What? I don't get it.
Where do you get off?
I just don't get why you're saying it that way.
Why I'm saying what way?
It seems as though people don't understand what you're saying when you're saying turn the phone off.
Well, you have to be purposeful, because what happens is that the time you spend, you want it to be quality time. Otherwise, you might as well not spend time with them. You know what I'm saying? So the key is, whether you're doing the date night with your significant other, or spending the time with them, however you choose to do that with them, or with your kids, or with family and friends, or let's say family, okay? So you have to be purposeful in that F6 on the family part of it, okay? And you have to schedule that, and then not only schedule it, but be there.
Be there?
Yes.
What?
Be there. I would schedule things like time to go work on my marketing. I would schedule time to have quiet time to map out my day. I would schedule the time to schedule my time.
Schedule time to schedule your time.
I know that sounds awful weird, doesn't it?
You would schedule quality time with yourself?
Well, if you put it like that, yes.
I'm going to cue up a song I dedicate to you. I call this Quality Time. Quality Time, 90s R&B.
Oh, yeah, a little quality time. Hey.
Quality
and I look
time.
at the mirror and I go, how you doing? I look back at myself, I'd say, I'm doing good.
Now,
how you doing?
Now, we have a special guest on today's show. This is Dominick, okay? Now, Dominick Cooper, he's a guy who started a company called Launch Academy. Many people have a dream of starting their own business. But Dominick, you went full-time recently, my friend.
Yes.
What's it like? You're out of the wage cage. You're full-time working for yourself. Talk to me, my friend.
Oh, my gosh. I tell you right now, I was working in a public school for over 5 years.
5 years.
And statistics show, by the way, that 50% of teachers leave the profession after 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was one of those people. But I left, and now I am absolutely loving life.
Now, you have, we've kind of documented, we've canonized, we've written down the 7 moves for quitting your day job and starting your dream job. And you're going to be walking us through the steps and how you have methodically implemented each one of these steps. But I want to ask you, when you decided to go full-time, was it scary?
Oh, absolutely. I was terrified every step of the way. It felt like, in Tulsa, there's this ride called the Silver Bullet. Oh. And it is this 5-6 foot story tall slide, and I felt like I was at the top of it, about to slide down, and there was nothing on the ground. But you know what? I made the jump, and I wouldn't take it back for anything.
What's your website? If people are going, I'm skeptical, I want to check out this guy's website, see if he's actually a credible dude. What's your website, my friend?
You can go to www.launchacademytulsa.com. That is the center for everything test prep, everything academic tutoring. We have it all.
So you're saying if someone wants to get to the other end of the academic rainbow, they want to score high on their ACT, they can do that on your website?
If they want to go to college for free, they check us out.
What's your website, and what's the offer you're making on the website?
Yeah, www.launchacademytulsa.com. Get a whole month of tutoring completely for $1.
I can't handle it, Z. I can't handle it. I'm going to have to come back in just a moment to get into these moves.
This show is brought to you by Adobe Creative Cloud. If you're a photographer, graphic designer, video editor, podcaster, business owner, or just creative genius, this is for you. All of your creative tools, all in one place. Creative Cloud includes the entire collection of creative apps for desktop, from favorites like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to new tools like Adobe Experience Design. Check this out. You can create podcasts seamlessly and high quality with Adobe Audition. Did you miss the exposure or looking to create a stunning and beautiful photo? You gotta download Lightroom. Okay, the latest release of Adobe Creative Cloud is here with incredible new features in Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and all of your favorite apps, plus millions of Adobe stock assets and new premium images are built right in. So you can turn your brightest ideas into your best work fast. Make sure that you check out Adobe Creative Cloud. It's at adobe.com. Once again, Adobe Creative Cloud at adobe.com.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the conversation. If you want your business to be more than just a feeling, if you want to turn your dreams into reality, today is the show for you. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, sent here to teach you how to grow a successful business. And I'm joined here inside the box that rocks with Tulsa's unicorn. Tulsa's, he's what you find at the end of the rainbow. He's a guy who started off as an optometrist and now has become Tulsa's tycoon. You could call him Tulsa's tycoon and titan of business. It's Dr. Robert Zellner. Sir, how are you?
I am fantastic, Clay. Happy Monday to all the Thrivers out there. And of course, if you're listening on the podcast, it could be any day. So happy any day to you, Thrivers. Now, Clay, you were wrong in your introduction of me.
What did I say?
Well, you said I started out as an optometrist. I
Oh.
did not start out as an optometrist.
I'm sorry, sir.
I started out as a daytime dishwasher
Ooh.
at Chiquita O'Brien's Mexican
Chiquita
restaurant.
O'Brien. That's why you
in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's why you had a silver spoon in your hand because
Well,
you
most
had
are
the silver
spoons-
spoons at Chiquita
I
O'Brien's.
washed a bunch of silver spoons. Trust me, I washed a bunch, and there's nothing like getting cheese off those plates. But you know what? My station, Dick Slater, owned Chiquita O'Brien's. And Mr. Slater, if you're out there in Radio Land or World Land, I wish you the best. And I haven't, caught up. I mean, I haven't kept up with him in so long. But he owned it, and he'd always come back there, and he'd always give me life lessons and advice. And one of the things he said he told me, he said, Robert, I want to tell you something right now. And this is something I kept my whole life. I was 13 years old. I'm washing dishes. I'm hustling. I'm boom, boom, boom. And,
Is this when he said? He goes, you can't put a perm on a frog, but you could try. Is that when he said that?
No,
that was a different story.
That's not even
different story.
That's
Sorry,
not even close.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I was just guessing.
And he told me. He said, "Listen, a happy station is a clean station is a happy station."
Oh,
and so it might seem crazy.
Wow.
But I kept my dishwashing area so clean. I took pride in that because he told me to. He said, "Listen," and it was organized. It was clean. And I just was, and all throughout the day, I had a good attitude. And I showed up to work on time.
I've got audio of what the ladies were saying who worked there. They'd walk by and they'd go, "Hi, Robert. Your station's so clean and so fresh."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch it. You can look.
You're
Don't
so
touch it.
hot. I
That's
love your
it. That's it.
station.
I'll watch this. I'm gonna lift this up. It's gonna be hot steam coming out of there. Watch out now.
We don't mind. What are you doing tonight, Robert? You're so fresh and so clean.
And so that's where I started. And I remember I went in. I was making $1.80 an hour.
Too much.
Crazy money, I know. I was making $1.80 an hour, and I was I was just like loving it. And he brought me into the office, and he said, "Hey, listen, I'm going to give you a 10. You're doing so great. I'm going to give you a 10-cent raise to $1.90 per hour." True story. And I looked at him, and I was so appreciative. I just said, "Thank you so much. Oh, that's just so awesome, man. That's just thank you so much." And I was so genuinely thankful that he said, "Okay, enough already. I'll give you $2 when I get out of my office." And I was like, "What?" And I'll tell you what, keep your station clean and be happy. And it goes a long way in the workplace.
Now, his name was Dick Slater?
Yeah, Dick Slater. Yeah, he owned a couple, 3 restaurants here in the Tulsa area.
I have a song that I would like to dedicate to Dick and anybody else out there celebrating this Monday with us. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Roll out the Monday. Roll out the Monday of fun. Everybody, Thrivers, here we go. Roll out your Monday. Everybody, roll out your Monday of fun. It keeps going. Here we go. We're all going to Oklahoma Joe's. We're going to have some baked beans. Oh, roll out your Monday. Roll out. That's as far as it goes right now. It might feel kind of the German-American heritage oozing out.
It seems like that's like a familiar song or something.
No,
Did you write that?
Yeah, I did. Joe said, he goes, "Please do not write us a jingle." And I said, So you want us to write you a jingle with a
Oh,
German
that reverse
American
psychology
theme?
stuff. Yeah, that
So we've
happens.
written one for,
Yeah.
for Regent Bank and now
Oh, yeah.
Oklahoma Joe's. And if you Thrivers, listen, if you are a proud sponsor of this show, ZipRecruiter, Oklahoma Joe's, we too could write you a jingle. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this show. The meat and potatoes here. So Dominick, step number 1, we got to get intense and focus. Why do we have to get intense and get focused? What are you talking about? Why do you have to get intense and get focused when you start your business?
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
You know what, Clay? I'm going to take it to another level. It's not just getting intense. It's really getting pissed off and focusing.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I'm going to take it to that
goodness.
level. I mean, that's really what you have to do in order to get anything
sassy.
done. I mean, just throwing some statistics at you, 10% of all adults are self-employed, and that's including just 4% who own their own business. Now, what's crazy about that is the poll finds that if given a choice of starting their own business or working for someone else, 57% of Americans would opt to own their own business. And so the vast majority of Americans want to own their own business, but they don't.
why?
And the reason why is they're not pissed off. They're comfortable. They're enjoying their job. They're enjoying being able to take their hour and a half long lunch at Oklahoma
I have
Joe's.
2 thoughts for you here, Z. I want to get your thoughts on this.
All right. I am ready to share my thoughts with you right now.
I
Mr. Clay
think
Clark.
that 57% of people want to start a business, but I think that 87% of people should not start a business.
Oh,
Well, the thing about it is this: is that they, and you know why you say that, because they don't have the tools, they don't have the training, they don't have the knowledge.
Correct.
Because that's why, and you can Google this, folks. According to Forbes, 80% of all businesses that start fail, and what that really means is that 80% of the people that start a business are not equipped with the proper. We have them 13 steps, but they're not equipped with the proper knowledge in the 13 areas to start and grow their business.
As an example, there's a facility I'm working with this year that is a medical facility. And for 1,000, now remember, this is a company, and you tell me if this sounds like a realistic scenario.
Okay, I'm listening.
There's a doctor.
A doctor.
There's 2 assistants.
Is this a real doctor, or
This is
kind of like a photo?
A surgeon.
Okay. Oh, that's
a cosmetic surgeon.
That's a real doctor.
And he has 2 assistants that work there, 2 nurses.
Okay.
And he has a full-time office manager and a salesperson. I don't know what that payroll comes out to, but if there's basically 5 people there, one of which is a doctor, what should that payroll be per week? I mean, what in your mind, if you had a doctor and then 5, people working there to assist the doctor, what should that weekly payroll be roughly?
You're not counting the doctor, right?
Well, let's count the doctor too.
Oh, well, I mean, that could be, the doctor could be, a cosmetic surgeon could be up there in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So the thing was, the company is about $18,000 a week of payroll.
Okay.
And they called us, the Thrive 15.
I can do the
and they
math
said,
on it, if you want me to get down.
They're about
to it, exactly.
18,000, and they called us and said, we need to grow the business. And I said, for less money than what you would spend on a barista, which is $10 an hour approximately, we can help you triple sales this year if you're willing to execute the plan. And they're going, are you kidding me? I go, no, there's no contract. You're not obligated, but we'll do it. And one thing they didn't teach at medical school was how to get to the top of Google. One thing they didn't teach at medical school was how to do online ads. One thing they didn't teach at medical school was how to upsell. One thing they didn't teach at medical school was how to run a business.
Okay, so listen, I'm a cosmetic surgeon. I can't take off 4 years, go to Wharton, or go to Harvard, enroll in business school, or Cornell, or wherever I'm going to go and spend I'm a surgeon. I can spend $100,000, but I don't have the 4 years to go do. So what's my option?
Well, one, you could fork up the $19 a month and go to Thrive15.com, the world's best business school. 2, you could come to our in-person workshops, which are the best business workshops on the planet. Just check out and read those reviews. That's thrivetimeshow.com. Or you could sign up for our one-on-one business coaching platform. Or you could go to thrivetimeshow.com and check out our podcast and listen to it till your brain explodes. But I'm telling you what, this is your year to make the leap and to start your own successful business. This is your year to start your dream job. And we're here to cheer for you and show you the way.
Little song I wrote, you might want to sing it note for note. Don't.
Are you looking to start or grow a business? Then you are definitely going to have problems and questions along the way. You will find the answers to all of your business questions at Thrive15.com. Thrive15.com provides online video-based business training taught by millionaires and successful entrepreneurs for less than $1 per day. That's less than your daily coffee budget. It's no classrooms, no get-rich-quick seminars. These are trainings broken into 15-minute segments that get you the answers that you need. It's business school without the BS. I dare you to try a 7-day free trial. Simply go to thrive15.com, and the first 100 people will also receive a free downloadable for how to optimize your website. So stop wasting your time and money. Go to thrive15.com and get your business questions answered now.
All right, Thrive Nation, all the brown-eyed girls listening, all the brown-eyed dudes, all the blonde-haired ladies, all the single ladies, all the married ladies, all the Croatians. We have a lot of Croatians listening. We have several Croatians who are sincerely listening. We have people in Australia. We have Canadians. I'm sure we have some redheads. I'm sure we have people of all different people, red, yellow, brown. I mean, all the different colors of the spectrum. This is a show. This show transcends race, religion, all these things that divide the world. All these political divisions. You have a country right now that's so divided politically. People are going, well, if you're not for this, then you're against that. But one thing everybody's for, and that's time freedom and financial freedom, my main man.
Yeah, and what's so awesome is, we broadcast out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we've been syndicated in a few other markets right now. But what's really fun is that every show we've put up on our website, thrivetimeshow.com, and now we have people downloading in over 50 countries around the world, and they're sharing it with their friends. And so, hey, if you know somebody who can use some practical business tips, share the podcast with them, okay? Just hey, click, share it away.
I hate to tie into the news in a political way, but we even have Russian ships off the coast of Connecticut that have been downloading the podcast. I mean, Putin's going, guys, we're trying to run a covert spy operation off the coast of Connecticut, and they're saying, we're sorry, we have to listen to our Thrivetime show first.
Well, what happened was Putin tried to hack into the show to get the show, and then he figured out all he had to do was just download it off the website, and it was like, it
was unbelievable.
I could spend my time hacking something else.
How nefarious. I mean, how deceitful. I mean, he could have just gone to the show and played the podcast as much as he wanted to.
Over and over and over,
And so we sent Putin an audio gift from Carl Lewis. And we set up a code, a virus on his computer that cannot be stopped. And here's the audio we sent Putin from Carl Lewis singing the national anthem. Here we go. Anytime he opens up his email, this is what happens.
Oh, say, can you see?
Anytime his phone rings, he hears this. Anytime he gets a text message, he can't turn it off. It makes him crazy.
For the land of the free.
Anytime he hosts a secret spy meeting, he can't stop it. It just keeps playing from random places. He doesn't know what to do. So here's the deal, Thrivers. We are committed to 1, irritating Putin, and 2, for helping grow your wallet. And we have a guy on the show here today who's taken the leap. This is Dominick Cooper. And he's with a company called Launch Academy. It's Tulsa's #1 tutoring solution. If your kid is struggling with the ACT, Dominick, lay it on us. What's the biggest success story you have? Tell me a story about somebody who was struggling with the ACT, and what's the biggest improvement you've ever helped somebody make?
Oh, my gosh. Well, just earlier, last year, we had a student who made an 18 on his ACT 3 times in a row.
18 on the ACT.
Yes, that is below average, in case some of you are wondering. And
what's the highest you can get?
Highest you can get is a 36.
And what's the lowest number you can get to get into college?
Number, if you spell your name correctly, you'll get a 12. So,
Okay.
We'll just say that.
Okay.
Now, with most people, they normally average around a 21. So this guy got an 18 3 times. We worked with him for a couple months, and basically OSU had told him, if you can get a 22, then we'll take you on our football team on scholarship.
Really? True story.
Yes. And so we worked with him for a couple months, and then when he finished the tutoring, he took the test. He ended up making a 23. So,
a success story right there.
And now he's playing for OSU football, doing well. Apparently, he's flirting with a lot of girls, last I heard.
Whoa.
But we can't tutor for that. So
I was going to ask you, if you tutored that.
No, sadly not.
Teach the art of dating. Is that not a move now? Okay, so step number 1 when you want to become self-employed, to quit your day job and become self-employed, step number 1 is you got to get intense and you have to focus.
Yeah.
You got to get serious about taking the jump. Now, step number 2 is you have to create a daily plan of execution. Chet Holmes, the best-selling author of The Ultimate Sales Machine, he writes this. He says, most people spend more time planning a vacation than they do planning a life.
Oh, my God.
Z, I want you to break this down. Talk to us about this, having a daily plan. I know you're methodical about getting up and sort of turning the world off and making that plan. Talk to us about what kind of things do you put on the plan? What kind of things are you writing down?
Well, there's a classic statement that says you don't plan to fail. I mean, no one gets up and says, hey, okay, kids, let's gather around, everybody around the coffee table here or the dinner table. Well, listen, we're going to try to figure out different ways that the family, as a general rule of thumb, we can all fail.
Well, see, what I want to do is I want to fail.
We're going to plan to fail.
I want to fail by. I don't want to fail by. I want to do it. I want to fail. I want to fail big.
If we're gonna, hey kids, we're gonna fail. Let's fail right, okay? Come on, let's do this thing, okay? As a family, it's a family thing. It's a family business.
Here's the deal with the business: I want no customers at all.
None, because that's failure.
So I want to ask you though, what kind of things do you plan on your daily basis?
What I'm saying is, you don't plan to fail. You fail to plan.
Oh, there it is.
Oh. Yeah, and then you've heard it 100 times, and you're kind of going, yeah, that's right. And then you go, okay, what's on your calendar tomorrow? What's on your calendar? What meetings do you have? What your F6? What do you got going on? You got something carved out for the family? Huh? Do you? You got something carved out for faith? You're going to do a little quiet time, meditate in the morning. What are you going to do then? Or you're going to do it? I mean, you don't have to, but
Do you?
Right? Finances. Are you going to do automatic savings like Clay mentioned earlier in the show? And
that's a huge thing. I'm just telling you, if you're listening to this right now and you never become successful as an entrepreneur, you've got to automate your savings. I'm just being real, because I'm going to tell you what. By default, you're going to go to a gas station today and you're going to buy something random there at the gas station. It's going to cost $2 to $3. You're going to buy it. And then by default, you're going to go, I guess I want a burrito. And by default, you're going to go ahead and go, well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and take the Creek Turnpike. By default, you're going to add up these little expenses, and you look at the end of the year and you say, what happened? But when you automate your savings, it comes out without you thinking about it. And I don't understand exactly why that works, but it just does. And I will just tell you, automating your savings will change your life. Please do it. Please do it.
He's passionate about it, and that's what I love. I love his passion. That's what makes him the world's best business coach, folks. And you're getting it right now. Just tuning your dial in Monday through Friday here in Northeast Oklahoma. We kind of stretch up to Topeka, maybe over to, I don't know, Fort Smith.
Bentonville hears us.
Bentonville hears us. Oklahoma City on the edge.
The ghost of Sam Walton is listening right now.
He's going, those guys are good. I
love those
them
guys.
as mentors when I was starting off. I wouldn't have failed all those times. So anyway, you look at your calendar. How about fitness? You're going to go work out. When you're going to do it, you're going to do stuff around the house. You're going to get, some people, what they'll do is they multitask. And what they'll do is they'll be on their, little walking machine or a little glider, or they'll be doing their thing. They'll be on the vibrating plates.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll have their shake weights.
The shake weight is a great investment.
Shake weight. They'll be doing their shake weight while they're doing something else on their F6. How about friendships? You're going to do something with your buddies. When you're going to go bowling with them, when you're going to catch some time with your friends, you got to give them a little time. You got to be purposeful in getting that scheduled. It's like, hey, dude, I haven't seen you in a month. Yeah, because we haven't scheduled anything. I love that move. I actually hate it. I love that move. Hey, let's get together soon.
Let's get together soon. Yeah, let's do it. Overall, let's do it. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, man, I just love spending time with you, bro.
Real soon we should get together.
Yeah, man.
We should, bro.
I mean,
bro, we should get together.
Well, let's do it, okay?
Let's do it. You call me.
I'm in.
You call me.
And you're welcome anytime.
Yeah, anytime. I'll call you. We'll see you.
Bro, seriously.
Yeah, I definitely.
I mean,
we will.
All right. All right.
That's good to see you. And now you see him next week at church. You see him next week at church, and you're like, hey, good to see you.
Good to see you.
We got to get together.
Dude,
we got to get the kids together.
I love spending time with you.
I love doing it. I mean, we should do it. No, neither one of us should call and set an appointment or schedule. We should just talk about it in a nebulous way as though it's impossible to do it. Why don't we act as though getting together and scheduling time for what matters is like trying to get the Palestinians and the Israelis to agree on a peace treaty? Why don't we act like it's that hard?
Yeah, I mean, hey, anytime. You're welcome. You're welcome over anytime. Seriously.
No, seriously. Mi casa is su casa. You call me anytime.
It's like my house. It's really like your house.
I was gonna call you back. I didn't recognize the phone number until I just saw your face. I forgot to call you back.
Dude, seriously, you're killing me. We got to hang soon.
I'll see you after the break.
Okay.
Right now, how are you taking credit card payments for your business? It's never been faster or easier to begin taking credit card payments for your business than with Square. You know the little white square that plugs into your phone's headphone jack? It's awesome. This payment app is great for businesses such as food trucks, beauty salons, and retail shops. The users receive a small portable card reader that they can attach to a phone or other mobile device to take fast and convenient payments. The way it works is that it subtracts 2.75% of every time a card is run, and it does it automatically. So if you sell a sandwich for $20, you'll see a net gain of $19.45 in your bank account the next day. If you enter the card by hand, it costs 3.5% plus 15 cents on top of that. They encrypt everything so you know you're secure. They make it super clear to start and even offer bonuses for sharing with friends. So you can learn more at squareup.com. It's free to download and works on all devices and operating systems. So make sure that you go visit squareup.com.
All right, Thrivers. If you've been looking for an AM show that plays the 70s hits, the great songs from the 70s, such as Staying Alive, such as More Than a Woman, such as The Hustle. Well, you found your show. We're going to bring that entrepreneurial muscle to the 70s hits, where you can hear some great songs like Dancing Queen and well, there's a lot of, anything Casey and the Sunshine Band did, that was a great thing in the 70s. You remember, That's the Way. I like it. The beer commercials with that was unbelievable. You can do it, Z. Oh, very well. I mean, that was a great time in American history, those beer commercials with the Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Oh, I tell you what, they bring back a lot of good memories.
And on this show, one thing we like to do, no, seriously, we love to have a lot of fun because business can be a lot of fun when you're winning. When you get in the end zone, it's okay to celebrate. It can be a lot of fun when you're winning. And we have a guy on the show today talking about the 7 steps to quitting your day job and starting your dream job. It's Dominick Cooper, the man with the plan, the guy behind the scenes starting his American dream with Launch Academy, Z.
Clay, don't you skip over that.
I'm not going to skip over.
You always... You always barrel past the farm as if it's just sitting still, as if it's not there. You got little blinders on. You got your horse-drawn cart, and you're just whoosh, 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 and you're just running by there, just trotting. You see, the number 2 rule about the pig is you got to know when to cook the pig. And what that means is you kind of glanced over it just a little bit, but having fun and celebrating victories, you've got to celebrate as you move along. Jack Welch says it very well in his book, Winning, and it's right here on my desk. And what he says is that as a team, you've got to celebrate, and that's what your business team is. I mean, your business group is a team. You have to celebrate your accomplishments. You give the guys a goal. You say, hey, listen, here's our sales goal for the month. And you hit it, you got to celebrate it. Take them all out, buy them pizza, go bowling, go do something with them, get them some ice cream. I mean, have some fun, celebrate it. You can do it in whatever way that fits your culture of your business. Now, then everybody that encourages them, they go, hey, listen, it really matters that we did that.
I have a audio from a party where we had a Thriver who took your encouragement to celebrate.
Oh, good.
And what they did is they went out there and celebrated. Now, Sam, you might have to get ready to do a real-time edit on this, okay? But we have a Thriver who said, Z said to celebrate. He said, you got to know when to cook the pig.
Yeah, you got to. And because, when you see a pig cooking, it's a celebration. They got the big pig and got an apple in its mouth. It's always a big party, a luau, party.
Regrettably, this Thriver, he said he maybe celebrated too much. But I'm going to play the audio.
Oh, no.
Sam, are you ready? Make sure you have that editing tool ready. Here we go.
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody! Come on, Snoop! Snoop-a-loop! No, it's cool. I'm cool. Bring your green hat. Let's go. Come on, everybody, we're going. Here we go.
So maybe you don't want to go streaking. Maybe that's not a move.
Well, I mean, that probably doesn't fit the culture of your business.
Oh.
Okay, guys, we hit our sales numbers. Everybody, let's go streaking together. That's probably not the move. Though I will tell you this. If your business is running and maintaining a nudist colony, and your team hits like nudist goals, for so many people there, I mean, I think that would be appropriate to go, okay, guys, but you're kind of already streaking, but let's go streaking down the beach, yeah.
I do have a streaking tip for you. If you're going to go streaking, one of the places that you're going to want to go streaking at is right here on the river, because a lot of times at the rivers, there's not necessarily always full here in the Arkansas River by the beautiful Thrive15.com world headquarters. And we're right here on the edge of the river walk. And what you'll find sometimes is you'll be walking down the river, and that's good streaking territory. It's dark. No one can see you. Or if you want to look for the most highly acclaimed nudist colony in Oklahoma, look up Oak Lake Trails. Just a popular resort.
Did you just Google that?
Yeah, I just
Oak Lake Trails. Where's that?
I don't know. I just Googled.
Holy cow!
Okay, can I tell you one quick funny story about
as long as it involves streaking.
Well, okay, it kind of does. So here we are. I'm starting off. It's me, and I've got about 3 or 4. I got 4 ladies that work for me. One of them is part-time.
Okay.
And it's Monday like today. And, of course, we were closed on Sundays. We were open 6 days a week. I work somewhere else on Sundays, one place that was open. So I could work 7 days a week when we started off. So we're Monday, and kind of the move, we weren't real busy. We were just kind of getting started, of course. And the move was, hey, what'd you do this weekend, right? What happened? And one of the young ladies that worked for me said, well, my grandparents took me on vacation this weekend. Oh, that's fun. Well, where'd you go? Well, they took me to the nudist colony they go to.
Do tell.
And we all just, we were sitting there talking and laughing, and we all just kind of, everybody's frozen, just looks at her like.
You're joking, right? I mean, you're kidding, right? I mean,
this real people do this stuff, and she's like, she kind of got kind of embarrassed. She's like, well, yeah, it's not that big a deal, once you.
Actually, it is kind of a big deal.
Once you're there and the thing and whatever, and.
Do you arrive nude? Do you drive nude, or when do you get nude?
You do arrive nude. I was born naked personally, so I mean, I think you. Arrive at the nudist colony.
Nudist colony 101. I mean, do you drive there fully clothed, and then do you disrobe once you get there?
I don't really know. I think you have to wait till you get there. I think that's kind of a thing.
You have such a weird office culture. Such a weird office.
No, so we're all looking at her going. And so we're all just sitting there kind of dumbfounded, and we say, well, what do they do there? And she goes, oh, I don't know. They play tennis, and they do all kinds of things. And so I'm sitting there going, wait a second. Okay, so you're at a nudist colony, and you're playing tennis, right? I mean, this is, okay.
There's all sorts of questions I can't ask
normally, right now. I'm a dude. I've played tennis before, and so you take the extra tennis ball and you put it in your pocket because you got to have 2 to serve, right? And the gals take it and kind of slip it up their pant leg or whatever. They've got the shorts designed for that. And so I looked at her, I was like, So I'm thinking, because I'm a thinker. I gotta go, where do they keep the extra tennis ball when they're serving? Huh?
Yeah.
Where do they keep
this
that?
Obviously is a made-up story.
Yeah, obviously this is all, shamockery. And she said, oh, they're very clever. And I said, what? She goes, they wear this little Velcro belt around their waist.
No, they
shoot the ball. I'm telling you the truth.
Oh.
Okay, enough of nudist colonies.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, so we get back to the program now. So Dominick, I want to ask you, all nude references aside here, how do you plan your to-do list? I mean, now that you're self-employed, Stetton Reduce, create a plan of daily execution. What does your day look like now that you are self-employed? You're no longer working for the man because you are the man.
Yes, this is the naked truth, Clay. I will tell you that.
Ooh, nice tie.
Nice.
But with my schedule, basically I block out time every single morning to go to the gym with my son. So that way I can knock out that F for fitness. And then after that, I drop him back off at the house with his incredibly beautiful mother. And then I go out and do some Dream 100 drop-offs. And then after that, I go to the office, take care of some administrative things. And then I block out time where I'm working with the students. I block out time where I'm making sales calls. And basically, I'm home by 6 o'clock every single night.
Talk to me about your three-legged marketing stool. We talked about that the other day on the show. What is your three-legged marketing stool at this point? What are the 3 moves that you're doing to market your business?
Yeah, so the 3 biggest marketing moves for myself is definitely going to be SEO. SEO is huge. And then on top of that,
search engine marketing.
Yes.
Getting to the top of Google.
Mm-hmm. And then I got Dream 100, which is the businesses that are also doing business with my families and getting them to refer me more families.
Got it.
And then the third one is definitely going to be ads on Facebook and ads on Google.
For any entrepreneur out there who's listening who says, I am struggling to make a daily plan, what advice would you have for them? Having made the jump and become self-employed yourself, I mean, you became self-employed. What advice would you have?
First thing I would say is do as much as you can while you still have a steady income coming in. Do as much as you can. And then once you feel like, holy cow, I am maxed out right now and I know I can take it to the next level, then make that jump and just totally fill your day with get-in sales.
Now, this next move, step number 3, is you want to cut the fat. You want to get your finances in order.
Yes.
You have some examples you wanted to share, Dominic. Go for it.
Yeah, so one big example that stood out to me was actually Jay Leno. And Jay Leno had a very famous story about him where he had 2 jobs ever since he was very young, and he would always save one salary. So when he was starting out, he worked at a fast food restaurant and a car dealership, and he got those 2 incomes and would save one of them. And then when he got huge and became a multimillionaire in television, he still did that, where he had his television income and then he had his income as a stand-up comedian, and he would always save one of those. And so it's just a very smart thing to do.
And I think saving is something that so many people struggle with.
Huge.
They push back against. They don't want to do it. And I will say this, by default, they just spend whatever they make. And so, Z, when we get back, I wanted to talk to you about saving, delaying gratification, and ways that you've actually been able to do it, maybe encouragement you would have for the thrivers that struggle to save. And just getting into the mechanics of what advice you would give for the thrivers out there who are, maybe they're sweet children out there of the radio show. They're sweet children of yours, and they want to know, how can I grow up to be an adult entrepreneur like yourself, my friend? How can I do it? How can I learn to save? You have the moves coming up next.
Oh my gosh, you've really set up this next segment. I mean, how could anybody not stick around and listen to what's coming after the break?
She's got a style that it seems
Other than that.
This show's episode is brought to you by Moz.com. If you have ever considered the World Wide Web as a viable strategy for your business, you gotta check out this tool. Online marketing is complicated, but Moz software makes it easy. Companies like 99 Designs, Otterbox, and Aaron's, they all use Moz because it works. Explore organic search keywords for your business, research Bing and Google search results for your targeted keywords, and link up Moz Local and Google My Business. Seriously, this tool is crazy powerful with the clarity it brings to online marketing for your business. Even if you're just curious, start a 30-day trial with Moz.com today. It's a game changer for your business. Moz.com, MOZ.com.
Oh, yeah, Thrive Nation. Welcome back. I'm telling you what, this is an incredible musical lineup that Dr. Zellner's queued up. Dr. Z, I know you're a doctor. You're the doctor of the eyeball. You're an optometrist. You know about the eye. But one thing I cannot deny is you know about music. You're like a disc jockey, my friend. Where are you getting your musical knowledge?
Well, I tell you what, you hang around enough DJs, it just kind of rubs off on you, And that theme song, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that song and I'm going to make it the theme for the next segment.
Oh,
because
wow.
The next segment's about saving money. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite that song. Instead of I love rock and roll, it's going to be I love saving money.
I love saving money.
I love saving money.
Oh, yeah.
Put another dime in the piggy bank,
Baby.
I love saving money.
money.
Put another dime in the piggy bank, baby.
Yeah, we're working through the lyrical miracle that is I love saving money. And I'll tell you what, Thrivers, this is a big, big concept because as Dominic has laid out, step number 3 of quitting your day job and starting your dream job, is you must delay gratification. You must cut the fat and get your finances in order. I know my wife and I, what we did is we agreed that we would only buy things that were in the budget gourmet section, which is an oxymoron, by the way, at Walmart. And they have the budget gourmet. And one of the things that we found was this thing called chicken panini. And the chicken panini was probably 96% sodium, but it was 96 cents. And we'd go in there, we'd get that. We got the angel hair pasta. It was all these moves. And I'm telling you what, one, not only did we have all the side effects of eating an all-salt diet, but seriously, we were able to save a ton of money. And then we decided we had to buy an advertisement. If you're ever get a chance to come to an in-person Thrivetime workshop, we'll let you into our studio to see. But see, you can see some of our first Yellow Page ads we have mounted up on the walls here. I remember those. We took our $1,500 a month that we were spending on our air conditioning. which is about $300 a month. We had money we were spending on, maybe a second car, insurance. We took money we would spend on going out to eat, on movies. We took all of it and bought Yellow Page ads, and I'm so glad we did it. But we had to delay that gratification to get where we wanted to go, Z. We had to save, my friend.
I love Dominick's move that he was talking about with Jay Leno. I call it the disco move. Double income.
Yeah.
Save money. It doesn't spell disco, but I just like saying disco. So
anytime we can say the word disco, let's say the word disco. But I'll tell you this, Thrivers, you have to be intentional about saving money. And we have an audio from a Thriver who called in just a moment ago, and they were talking about, you guys, you can't be serious that you want to save money. This can't be an exciting part of the show, really. And I guess our call screener had said, no. These guys are serious about saving money, and they find it to be exciting. And this is what our caller said.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Oh, wow. Okay, so here's the thing is we are serious, though. You have to save money.
You know what? I'm going to take this back down to the farm again. I've got a couple farm things today. It just kind of worked out well today.
Hey, man, do I got to put on pants for this segment, man? Do I got to put on pants?
Do you think it's a coincidence that banks that you're supposed to save money in are shaped like a pig? I don't think so. No. See, the pig's a wonderful animal. And it reminds you every time you walk out of your room and you got your piggy bank sitting on your chest of drawers right there.
It reminds me of pigs.
Like bacon. Don't you like bacon?
Oh.
The thing about it is that you have to delay your gratification. You have to save money. When you say, what is that? That means, hey, spend cash on stuff, number one. All right? Don't run up a lot of credit. Well, I'll pay that off next month. You're not going to do it. Live lower than your means are. The thing about it is that what I've learned in life, Clay, so many times people, what they'll do is they'll have 10 bills and they can only really afford 9 of them to begin with. You don't need all the channels on the cable box.
You don't need all the channels on the cable box?
You don't need the latest iPhone or Android or Samsung or whatever it is that you're.
You don't need to have neon laces on your new quad skates, right? You could have the normal laces that come with it. You don't want to spend the extra $8 on those quad skates.
You don't have to have the supersized disco ball. You can get by with the little disco ball.
You don't have to hit your mom and dad up for extra quarters to play Galaga. No, you don't have to hit them up for extra money to play Donkey Kong. No, there's some great ladies out there. You could ask them to reverse skate. You don't need that extra money, that extra coinage. You need to save that money. Save that money. You can skate as much as you want, but you don't want to spend all that money because we got the black light, the reverse skate coming up next. It's unbelievable. It doesn't cost any extra money.
Well, the thing about it is you say, how can that happen? And I tell you what, whether you're making
bacon,
$30,000 a year, $20,000 a year, $120,000 a year. If you think the dude's making $120,000 a year, isn't living paycheck to paycheck like you making 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, 60, 70, 80, whatever it is. The problem is that we all get used to that paycheck and then we spend it. And then we go and we buy stuff. And then we're always, we want the latest car. We want the latest this. We want the latest that. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, you look up and it's 10 years down the road and you don't have any money saved. And yet you have this dream. You have this, like Martin Luther King Jr. said, I have a dream. And you have a dream right now to say, listen, I want to have financial freedom and time freedom. And I know the only way that's going to happen is if I start my own business and grow it successfully, right?
Right.
So,
absolutely.
And everybody's running around, they want everybody else to fund their business. Yeah, bro, hey, I just need $250,000 and I can, revolutionize, coffee shops.
Bro, my idea's huge, bro. It's awesome, bro.
Unbelievable. You don't understand, bro. It's going to be like, coffee to the next level.
Bro, are you wearing... Dude,
yeah,
were you wearing my shirt, bro?
Bro. But so the point is that you've got to have your own skin in the game when you start your business. The only way you can have your own skin in the game, i.e. money, is to save some money.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay, folks? And so the only way you're going to save money is to not spend it all. You budget it and you do automatic off-the-top savings. And guess what? And you let that compound. And then after 10 years or so, after 15 years or so. But I love the double income, save some money. Save money move. I love that.
Now, here's the deal. If you're not saving money, it's okay. And we actually brought in a motivational speaker. We asked him to be on the show, Z. We asked this guy, we called him, we said, hey, could you be on the show? Motivational speaker,
I went to this.
Local guy. And he goes, I'd love to, guys. I know you guys are on every day from 12 to 2 on 1170. And he's like, I know that the Thrivers, though, can hear the rest of the show at thrivetimeshow.com. I know there's a podcast they can hear if they miss certain segments.
Yeah.
And he said, what I'll do is I'll come in before one of the shows. He came in this morning, and he said, I'll give a motivational talk to all the people out there who don't want to save money, and all the kids out there who don't want to save money.
Yeah.
And he said, and you guys can just take that audio and play it on the show later today. And so I said, you know what, Matt Foley, I'm going to do that for you. And here's the audio of Matt Foley encouraging our listeners who don't want to save money.
Now, you kids are probably saying to yourselves, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to get the world by the tail and wrap it around and pull it down and put it in my pocket. Well, I'm here to tell you that you're probably going to find out as you go out there that you're not going to amount to jack squat.
And that's kind of tough. I mean, it's tough when you bring in a guy to speak motivationally and he says that. But you know what? The truth hurts sometimes. And you got to save some money. And so I'm just encouraging you, Thrivers, you got to do it. Now, Tim Ferriss, who's a best-selling author of a book, The 4-Hour Workweek.
Yes.
Dominic, he has some interesting advice here for us. What does he have for us?
Yeah, I liked what he said. He said he recommended adding a 30% buffer to your budget. And so it's really weird to think about. Basically, if you're bringing home $1,000, make your budget as if you're only bringing home $700.
Come on now.
That's what you should be doing. That includes the savings.
Could you repeat it? I'm sorry. I was just pontificating about the greatness of Oklahoma Joe's baked beans. Pass me some more beans.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
Yeah, so with Tim Ferriss, he's saying that you want to add a 30% buffer to your budget because stuff's going to happen in your life.
No.
Stuff is going to happen in your life.
Me. No way, man.
Oh,
yes. That's no way.
It will not happen in my life because my life is destined for excellence. And I have positive thinking, and I have read the Law of Attraction. And when I finished reading the Law of Attraction, I went to a Tony Robbins conference, and I know that through the Law of Attraction, I will attract the things that I desire. And I do not desire poverty. So I rebuke you, and I push back on even you saying those words, my friend.
I'm sorry to say, but stuff is going to happen in your life that you were not expecting. Point in case, my wife announced to us, let's see, it was 9 months plus 1 month ago, 10 months ago, that she was pregnant.
Well, you know, Dominic, I will tell you one thing. I don't know if the young kids today are understanding how it happens, but when a man and a woman get together and some things happen, next thing you know, boom, bang, baby, Dominic, I'm just telling you, even married people, you got to understand the birds and the bees. Robert, do we have any more trainings about the birds and the bees at thrivetimeshow.com? This young whippersnapper is unaware how things happen.
I got to talk to this young man.
What are you going to tell him?
If you come to me as a friend, I would have told you how these things work. I would have said, listen, that's why you got to get cable TV.
You got to get cable TV.
You got to keep yourself occupied. You have stuff to do.
Next thing you know,
otherwise your eyes will wander.
Pretty soon you'll start caressing.
Next thing you know, you're in there, you're making spaghetti.
Rubbing and dubbing.
You got the marinara sauce out.
Talking sweet.
You're rolling a meatball.
You're putting some butter on some biscuits.
And next thing you know, boom, you got a baby. And then you say to yourself, I just wanted to get spaghetti. What happened?
See, I want to finish this segment with this music because I feel like there's a lot of thrivers out there. Well,
you got some more stuff.
There's a lot of thrivers out there who are saying to themselves, listen, I don't want to save money, and I just want to, the best things in life for me are free. They cost money, see. So I'm just going to sit at home and make it the babies.
Hey, listen, I made this money. You can't tell me what I'm going to do, what I want to do with the money I made.
The greedy hospital's taking all the monies.
I mean, it's my money. I can spend it if I want to.
Okay, I just spent all my money. Okay, now I'm ready to turn off the music. See, I'm ready to. Okay, but seriously, the thing is, Thrivers, is that a lot of times, I'm just being honest. You're out there as a person. You're going through life. You're a young married person, and you're planning things. Maybe you decide you want to have 2 kids or 3 kids or whatever. Next thing you know, you have 2 real fast, or maybe you have a medical bill you didn't expect or whatever. So you got to live below your means. Now, assuming you are doing that, you get to move on to move number 4, which I love. Dominic, you wrote here, get some abs. What are you talking about, bro?
Get some abs. I mean, what I'm not talking about is the 6-pack, 8-pack that Robert Zellner is sporting right now.
Oh wow!
In his you can't see it on the radio, but he has this like skin tight soccer jersey on.
Oh yeah,
and you can just see the definition. I'm not talking about those abs though. What I'm talking about is ABS, appointments, branding, SEO. Those are the big three you got to knock out when you are creating your own business.
Appointments. What are you talking about? Appointments. Why do you have to have appointments?
Okay, if you make a product that's absolutely amazing, and you make no sales, you will get no money.
What? That doesn't seem right, because if it's a wonderful product, it'll sell itself. It'll go viral. I mean, everybody will be talking about it. I mean, it'll change the world. You won't be able to live without it. Right?
I mean, I'll tell you guys right now, my grandmother makes an incredible marinara sauce, and I've never heard any. Yeah, I know. It's done in my head now.
I can't get away from it.
Drivers,
I'm hungry for spaghetti.
One of the things that makes a lot of my competitors crazy and has made them crazy over the years is that I'm not necessarily the most talented I'm not like any industry I've gone into. The elephant in the room, our men's grooming lounge, was not. We didn't go in with. I didn't have a prototype. I didn't have an experience in the hair industry. It was my brother-in-law's passion. He loves the hair industry. He loves men's grooming, but he didn't have a long history of success in that industry. I had certainly had no experience in that industry. I know when Z went into the auto auction industry, it was foreign to him. But the thing is that we focused on putting the first things first. And one of those things is sales. Sales. And if your business does not have any sales, you will fail.
Fails.
It's not going to work out for you. So, Thrivers, I'm telling you what, when we get back, Dominick's going to be walking us through his ABS system. He's a guy who's made the jump from being a full-time teacher to now being a full-time self-employed owner of a tutoring company. He made the jump. It's a little bit scary. To quote Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn, starting a business is a lot like jumping out of an airplane and then assembling a parachute on the way down. Thank you, Reid Hoffman.
Yeah, you hope it's way up high and you got time and you're good at assembling parachutes.
Where is that lever? Where's the cord strap?
Okay, managing your money has not been easier. Mint.com is the solution to ambiguous and blind money management. You can effortlessly create budgets that are easy to stick to, or even use one that they make for you. Design budgets that are appropriate for now and put you in position to succeed in the future. Get notifications for weird account charges and receive personalized tips for eliminating fees and saving more money. Check your credit with a free credit score and explore what you can do to improve it to be able to purchase the things that you really want later. Link up the app on your phone, and money management on the go has never been easier. You can even link up your portfolio accounts so you can see your bank accounts and stock values side by side. Mint.com, you got to go check it out, and you can sign up for free. Again, that's mint.com, mint.com. Go sign up right now. It's definitely a game changer for money management.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the conversation. A big special hello to all the brown-eyed girls out there, especially my incredible wife of 15 years, Mrs. Vanessa Clark. I can't wait to see you after dark, if you know what I mean. My name is Clay Clark, the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, sent here on a mission to help magnetize your career. Magnetize? Yeah, we're trying to help you attract some money via, we want you to become a money magnet, Z.
Ooh, that was a nice little catchphrase there.
Well,
money magnet.
I think but there's people out there, once they learn these skills, they become a money magnet. And I'm going to read you a notable quotable from a real thriver out there. It's on page 140 of the Boom book that all the thrivers get at our in-person workshops. This comes to us from an attorney in Dallas, and since he sent us this testimonial, I will read you his name, and I will read you all the details, which is exciting. This is from Scott Reeb. It's REIB.law.com, Scott Reeb. And this is what he said. He says, so far, we've generated $63,600 of additional annual gross revenue as a result of the access plan you helped us create, you being our Thrive15.com team.
Wow.
Says we are closing in on $10K in monthly revenue. I just signed up an additional access client, and it's the second one that I've landed in the last 30 days from LinkedIn. And the only thing I'm doing on LinkedIn is the myth versus law and the legal mumbo jumbo that we created, by the way. He says, I'm not doing any other activities that appears to really be working in that medium. So I'm making $850 a month off of my free LinkedIn subscription. So I'm kind of excited. So I just wanted to let you know that some of what we're doing is working.
I love it.
That's a real story, a real Thriver. So here's the deal, Thrivers. I'm telling you what, that was a tool that we taught him. We teach these things that are in person, 2-day Thrivetime workshops. And I'm telling you what, these are 15 hours of power. Our next one is coming up here. You can go to thrivetimeshow.com to get the dates. We're doing one a month, and I'm just telling you, these things are game changers. And when you get a chance to come to a workshop, man, let's just do the math. He spent $500 at a workshop. You know, people spend $500,
Yep.
and he's making an extra $63,000 a year. Now, if you take the $63,600 and you minus it by 500, you subtract the 500. Now, Dominick, you're a tutor here, but I'm not sure. 63,600 minus 500. What does that come out to?
You're looking at about 62,500.
Oh, so we're getting
62,500. Yeah.
So Thrivers, here's the deal. The point is, you're coming out at least $63,000 ahead if you come out to an in-person workshop and you execute the game plans. If you're an attorney in that space.
Whoa! Time out. He's an attorney.
Yep.
With his Juris Doctorate.
Yep.
Okay. So let's just say he had to do undergraduate school.
True.
Okay, and then he had to do law school.
Right.
And he spent all that money, and now he gets out and no one taught him those moves.
No one taught him those moves.
You think it'd be self-evident. It's kind of like, it's like, hey, I'm in school all these years, and I get out and I don't know the moves. And you know what? You're not listening out there right now. You're like, I've got a lot of education. I've been in school a lot of years. In fact, you might even have a business degree. But things move by pretty quickly. Things change pretty quickly. Especially seems like as I get older, things just kind of build up steam, kind of like that train you ride every now and then, Clay. Yeah. So what happens is it's okay, and half the time you don't even know what you don't know. And that's why getting on Thrive15.com, that's why coming into our in-person workshops, that's why reaching out to us, asking us questions, one-on-one business coaching, listening to this show. Thank you very much. The podcast, or if you're around the areas that we're broadcasting from, you can listen to it Monday through Friday, 12 to 2 p.m. over your lunchtime. You don't even know what you don't know, and that's why a lot of guys come out and they go, aha.
We have one more that I want to share with you because we were just coming in hot with these testimonials.
Oh, I love the testimonials.
This one is on page 16 of the Boom Book, the workshop book that we give you.
What page?
Page 16. And
16. So I'm spell checking you as you go.
So here we go. This just came in from a Thriver who happens to be the general manager of your Tulsa Oilers. And he writes this. He says, our experience working with Clay Clark and his team has been nothing short of amazing. When our team first met Clay, I expressed that if we were able to move the needle and get the results, we would be working together for a very long time. Clay and his team listened to our problems and custom built a program specifically for us. So far this season, we have experienced a 42% increase in sales.
Boom! I love that.
That's the Tulsa Oilers right here in town. Now, Thrivers, you might say, well, what did they do? We incorporated a very aggressive search engine marketing campaign, a very aggressive social media marketing campaign, and a very, very aggressive calling and follow-up campaign. So if you filled out the form, guess what? We're going to call you. That's how it works. Now, Dominick, you're teaching us your step 4 for becoming self-employed, for making the jump. And one of those steps you said was, A, you have to have appointments.
Yep.
B, branding. Z, let's let Dominick talk a little bit about branding.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show.
All right, so when it comes to branding, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the fastest way to create a jackass brand.
Fastest way to create a jackass brand?
Yes. The fastest way is to promise one thing and deliver something inferior.
Oh, so what you're doing is you're referencing the ancient, deep, dark arts of jackassery. That's what you're doing right now.
Yes. So if you want a business that makes no money, then you promise one thing and you deliver something inferior. Now, on the other hand, if you are, the minority out there who wants to figure out what is the fastest way to create a viral brand like Thrive 15, like DJ Connection, it is to promise one thing and over-deliver.
Oof.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something, Z, that I think it's time for some Boston business tips.
Boston business tips. Lobster.
So my main man, Bill Belichick, he goes out there and every year he says, all you want me to do is win. Says I might have to deflate some balls, I might have to film the other team allegedly, but you want me to win, I'm gonna win. That's all Bill Belichick. But every year, seriously, the guy, he talks about all the time. They did an interview this year, and one of the reporters said, Coach, headed into the playoffs, what are your thoughts? He actually asked this question. He said, what is your opinion about the team's level of swag headed into the playoffs? And if you get a chance, Thrivers, to look this up on YouTube, just Google Bill Belichick on swag. He says, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not really sure what that means. But if that's related to winning, I think we have a lot of it. So it's interesting how, but his whole thing is he's not trying to be the sexiest coach in the NFL. He promises that he's going to put the great, very competitive team on the field year after year, and that's what he does. And I just think right now, if you're listening, you've got to make sure that you try everything in your power to back up what you promise, and that's why we unabashedly encourage you to check out our in-person workshops because we have a satisfaction guarantee. Mm-hmm. And Dominick, you have a guarantee right now. You're giving somebody 1 month free of tutoring. Is that right?
Actually, a little bit of a correction. You're not giving someone. I'm giving anyone who calls us today a 1 month subscription to our academic coaching for $1.
$1?
$1 for 1 month.
How much does that normally cost, bro?
Normally, you're looking at about $154 per month for this package.
You're giving away $154 of free stuff to anybody who's listening right now. As long as you have a student out there that needs to improve their academic standing, you have that for them?
Yes.
See, it sounds sketchy.
It sounds like a like a kind of a bait and switch or something. I'm not sure. I went into this haircutting place the other day, and they charged me $1. And you know what? I tried to come back. They try to charge me more than $1. That's just kind of a squirrely deal.
Oh, wow. Now, see, you might be referencing our no-brainer offer we have at the Elephant in the Room. And I'm going to tell you what, if your hair says to the world that you don't care, if your mop needs a chop, if your wig is keeping you from getting that gig, I'm just telling you, if you need some style on that hair pile, go to Elephant in the Room. Check it out. That's EITR Lounge. Elephant in the Room, Tulsa's #1 men's grooming lounge, and it's only $1 for that first hair cut. Stay tuned. Thrivetime Show on your radio.
For the professional-looking man out there, this is for you. Are you tired of waiting for hours in disorganized barbershops around town? Are you maybe looking for an upscale haircut experience instead of being treated like a little kid? If either of these thoughts crossed your mind, then Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is for you. The Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is proud to offer a variety of packages and memberships for discerning men and regular customers who wish to maintain their tailored look while receiving discounts off of services and products. They're going to bring you in, they'll offer you a beverage, identify your style that you're going for, get you a tailored haircut from one of the professional stylists, wash your hair, and then style it afterwards so you could even go back to work. The experience is awesome. They even do cool things for members like a free nape shave on Mondays or a peppermint oil scalp massage on Tuesday. Check out one of the locations near you and book an appointment. You can check them out at eitrlounge.com or just dial 918-877-2219. Seriously, you're going to love it. 918-877-2219 or visit eitrlounge.com to book an appointment today.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back into the conversation. A big special hello to all the brown-eyed girls out there, especially my incredible wife of 15 years, Mrs. Vanessa Clark. I can't wait to see you after dark, if you know what I mean. My name is Clay Clark, the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, sent here on a mission to help magnetize your career. Magnetize? Yeah, we're trying to help you attract some money we want you to become a money magnet, Z.
Ooh, that was a nice little catchphrase there.
Well,
money magnet.
I think, but there's people out there, once they learn these skills, they become a money magnet. And I'm going to read you a notable quotable from a real thriver out there. It's on page 140 of the Boom book that all the thrivers get at our in-person workshops. This comes to us from an attorney in Dallas, and since he sent us this testimonial, I will read you his name, and I will read you all the details, which is exciting. This is from Scott Reeb. It's REIB law.com, Scott Reeb. And this is what he said. He says, so far, we've generated $63,600 of additional annual gross revenue as a result of the access plan you helped us create, you being our Thrive15.com Thrive15.com team.
Wow.
Says, we are closing in on $10K in monthly revenue. I just signed up an additional access client, and it's the second one that I've landed in the last 30 days from LinkedIn. And the only thing I'm doing on LinkedIn is the myth versus law and the legal mumbo jumbo that we created, by the way. He says, I'm not doing any other activities. That appears to really be working in that medium. So I'm making $850 a month off of my free LinkedIn subscription. So I'm kind of excited. So I just wanted to let you know that some of what we're doing is working.
I love it.
That's a real story, a real Thriver. So here's the deal, Thrivers. I'm telling you what, that was a tool that we taught him. We teach these things that are in person, 2-day Thrivetime workshops. And I'm telling you what, these are 15 hours of power. Our next one is coming up here. You can go to thrivetimeshow.com to get the dates. We're doing one a month, and I'm just telling you, these things are game changers. And when you get a chance to come to a workshop, man, let's just do the math. He spent $500 at a workshop. You know, people spend $500,
Yep.
and he's making an extra $63,000 a year. Now, if you take the $63,600 and you minus it by 500, you subtract the 500. Now, Dominick, you're a tutor here, but I'm not sure. 63,600 minus 500. What does that come out to?
You're looking at about 62,500.
Oh, so we're getting
62,500. Yeah.
So, so Thrivers, here's the deal. The point is, you're coming out at least $63,000 ahead if you come out to an in-person workshop and you execute the game plans. If you're an attorney in that space.
Whoa! Time out. He's an attorney.
Yep.
With his Juris Doctorate.
Yep.
Okay. So let's just say he had to do undergraduate school.
True.
Okay, and then he had to do law school.
Right.
And he spent all that money, and now he gets out and no one taught him those moves.
No one taught him those moves.
You think it'd be self-evident. It's kind of like, it's like, hey, I'm in school all these years, and I get out and I don't know the moves. And you know what? You're not listening out there right now. You're like, I've got a lot of education. I've been in school a lot of years. In fact, you might even have a business degree. But things move by pretty quickly. Things change pretty quickly. Especially seems like as I get older, things just kind of build up steam, kind of like that train you ride every now and then, Clay. Just, yeah. So what happens is it's okay, and half the time you don't even know what you don't know. And that's why getting on Thrive15.com, that's why coming into our in-person workshops, that's why reaching out to us, asking us questions, one-on-one business coaching, listening to this show. Thank you very much. The podcast, or if you're around the areas that we're broadcasting from, you can listen to it Monday through Friday, 12 to 2 p.m. over your lunchtime. You don't even know what you don't know, and that's why a lot of guys come out and they go, aha.
We have one more that I want to share with you because we were just coming in hot with these testimonials.
Oh, I love the testimonials.
This one is on page 16 of the Boom Book, the workshop book that we give you.
What page?
Page 16. And
16. So I'm spell checking you as you go.
So here we go. This just came in from a Thriver who happens to be the general manager of your Tulsa Oilers. And he writes this. He says, our experience working with Clay Clark and his team has been nothing short of amazing. When our team first met Clay, I expressed that if we were able to move the needle and get the results, we would be working together for a very long time. Clay and his team listened to our problems and custom built a program specifically for us. So far this season, we have experienced a 42% increase in sales.
Boom! I love that.
That's the Tulsa Oilers right here in town. Now, Thrivers, you might say, well, what did they do? We incorporated a very aggressive search engine marketing campaign, a very aggressive social media marketing campaign, and a very, very aggressive calling and follow-up campaign. So if you filled out the form, guess what? We're going to call you. That's how it works. Now, Dominick, you're teaching us your step 4 for becoming self-employed, for making the jump. And one of those steps you said was, A, you have to have appointments.
Yep.
B, branding. Z, let's let Dominick talk a little bit about branding.
Broadcasting live from the center of the universe, you're listening to The Thrivetime Show.
All right, so when it comes to branding, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the fastest way to create a Jackass brand.
Fastest way to create a Jackass brand?
Yes. The fastest way is to promise one thing and deliver something inferior.
Oh, so what you're doing is you're referencing the ancient, deep, dark arts of jackassery. That's what you're doing right now.
Yes. So if you want a business that makes no money, then you promise one thing and you deliver something inferior. Now, on the other hand, if you are, the minority out there who wants to figure out what is the fastest way to create a viral brand like Thrive 15, like DJ Connection, it is to promise one thing and over-deliver.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tell you something, Z, that I think it's time for some Boston business tips.
Boston business tips. Lobster.
So my main man, Bill Belichick, he goes out there and every year he says, all you want me to do is win. Says, I might have to deflate some balls, I might have to film the other team, allegedly, but you want me to win, I'm going to win. That's all, Bill Belichick. But every year, seriously, the guy, he talks about all the time. They did an interview this year, and one of the reporters said, Coach, headed into the playoffs, what are your thoughts? He actually asked this question. He said, what is your opinion about the team's level of swag headed into the playoffs? And if you get a chance, Thrivers, to look this up on YouTube, just Google Bill Belichick on swag. He says, I'm not sure what that is. I'm not really sure what that means. But if that's related to winning, I think we have a lot of it. So it's interesting how, but his whole thing is he's not trying to be the sexiest coach in the NFL. He promises that he's going to put the great, very competitive team on the field year after year, and that's what he does. And I just think right now, if you're listening, you've got to make sure that you try everything in your power to back up what you promise, and that's why we unabashedly encourage you to check out our in-person workshops because we have a satisfaction guarantee. Mm-hmm. And Dominick, you have a guarantee right now. You're giving somebody 1 month free of tutoring. Is that right?
Actually, a little bit of a correction. You're not giving someone. I'm giving anyone who calls us today a 1 month subscription to our academic coaching for $1.
$1?
$1 for 1 month.
How much does that normally cost, bro?
Normally, you're looking at about $154 per month for this package.
You're giving away $154 of free stuff to anybody who's listening right now. As long as you have a student out there that needs to improve their academic standing, you have that for them?
Yes.
Z, it sounds sketchy. It
sounds like a like a kind of a bait and switch or something. I'm not sure. I went into this haircutting place the other day, and they charged me $1. And you know what? I tried to come back. And they try to charge me more than $1. That's just kind of a squirrely deal.
Oh, wow. Now, see, you might be referencing our no-brainer offer we have at the Elephant in the Room. And I'm going to tell you what, if your hair says to the world that you don't care, if your mop needs a chop, if your wig is keeping you from getting that gig, I'm just telling you, if you need some style on that hair pile, go to Elephant in the Room. Check it out. That's EITR Lounge. Elephant in the Room, Tulsa's #1 men's grooming lounge, and it's only $1 for that first hair cut. Stay tuned. Thrivetime Show on your radio.
Are you a business owner? You need to ask yourself right now, how are you backing up your files and important documents? Most businesses have no system for the files in their business. If this is you, you gotta use Dropbox. At least sign up for one of their 30-day free trials. Real talk, it's the secure file sharing and storage solution that employees and IT administrators trust. You get as much space as needed at no additional cost. You get unlimited file recovery and versioning, basically creating new versions, and valuable admin controls for secure sharing and collaboration with Dropbox for Business. You got to check this out. After using Dropbox, you'll definitely feel more secure knowing that a virus or power surge can't ruin your computer and your entire business. Try full access to Dropbox Business for 30 days. Head over to Dropbox.com to get started. Again, Dropbox.com to get started.
Oh, Thrivers, welcome back to the Thrivetime Show, your audio dojo of mojo. This is typically, the only time you would hear this song is typically at the crescendo of a wedding reception. Many of the guests have left early, but the committed guests, Z, do you remember at Bridget's wedding when the committed guests were there?
Oh, yeah.
And they all stuck around, and you get those, I think we got candles out. We lit the candles. Do you remember this?
Like it was yesterday.
And people are holding the candles up, and they're singing that. Do you have to turn it off? I mean, it hurts my soul.
No, I don't. I remember, especially because, I paid for it.
Now, Thrivers, I want all the Thrivers to sing it with us, because this is so important, right? I mean, this is a big song in American history, and I think Don't Stop Believing is what it's all about. If you want to become a successful entrepreneur, you can't stop, so you got to start believing. Here we go.
That's what we're preaching on this show.
Thrivers, this is big. You have just enough time to get into Oklahoma Joe's, get some baked beans, set up your bank account at Regent Bank, go on ZipRecruiter, recruit some people, and then you just got to get yourself ready to go to the crescendo. We'll play the rest of it to take you out. See, we're just going to tease them a little bit. We're not going to give them the whole thing because right now it's. I don't know if they're ready for it yet.
Well, ready or not, here, we got to wrap up the show. It's been a great Monday show.
It's been a great Monday.
Dominick's been a great guest.
Thank you.
And you say,
It's
why
been fabulous
do you
for
have
me.
guests on there? You know why? Because we love pointing out successful local business people. You know, we like getting them on the show, picking their brain a little bit. So if you want to be on the show, if you know someone who should be on the show and you're in the local area, or you come in for the show, just email us at info@thrive15.com. You can email us your questions. You can email us and say, hey, Billy's, he's got the best donut shop around and doing a great job. And we love putting a spotlight on local businesses that have done well, that are doing well. And, then they can share a little of their secret sauce with us.
So Dominick Cooper's a guy, he was a school teacher for 5 years. He ends up starting his dream job, starting his own business, Launch Academy.
Yep.
And he's sort of been almost like a diary, taking note of the things he's learned as he's gone on to start the successful company. And Dominick, step number 6 that you documented here was you need to create your pay system. Enlighten us, my friend.
Oh, yes. Now, when you're creating your pay system, huge thing, and this might sound like a duh thing, but so many people don't do it. You have to determine how much do I want to make from each sale or each product sold.
That seems like a scary idea to think about how much money you would charge and
how
make.
much money do you want?
What is money talk?
I don't want it's just money. It's just money at Dominick.
Money
things.
everywhere.
I just want to change the world.
It seems like everyone always just talks about
I just want to make this app.
I just want to focus on my product. My brand. I don't know.
What's going on?
Sorry. No, is that how you feel though? I mean, is that how you feel when you sit down and think about your pricing? I mean, does it ever feel overwhelming?
I'll tell you the honest truth is it took me probably close to 5 years before I really did this. Yeah.
5 years.
5 years.
What was the holdup, bro?
The holdup was exactly what you're talking about. It's like, I don't really want to, think about all the money. I just want to give a great experience to, the family.
We put a microphone in your ear, and then we wove it deeper into the area behind your ear. What's that area called behind the actual exterior ear?
The inner ear.
The inner ear. That would be on the end of the
brain.
It's technical.
We touched your brain stem, and we put the microphone on your
the stem of your brain.
Yes, we put
just the stem.
but because we had to run a cord, it somehow connected to your nasal cavity, and this is what you heard inside your head. Pricing. I don't want to charge too much. I don't want to charge too much. I don't charge too little. I don't charge too much. I want to be known as a big-time brand. I don't want to be known as a small brand. I want to be a big brand. People are going to know me as a discounter. I can't possibly raise my prices or lower my prices. Oh my God!
It's not worth it.
So I mean, that's what we heard, and we're going. That's a little weird, bro.
That's a little weird because it sounded like there was multiple people there too. Is what really made it sound weird.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that in so long. That was really weird to hear again.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the next thing we talk about when you create your pay system, when you finally figure out what you're going to charge, your customers, what you're going to pay your employees, you have to move on to this next step number 7. And for sake of time, you got to pack your parachute and you got to jump, bro. What are you talking about?
Here we go. Now, the thing is this. I love this Napoleon Hill quote. Every person who wins in any undertaking must be willing to cut all sources of retreat. Only by doing so can one be sure of maintaining that state of mind known as a burning desire to win, which is essential to success.
Z, I have a story that I want to share to all the entrepreneurs out there because this story is the story of entrepreneurship. Are you ready?
Are you going to give me a little story time music?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
So you get the idea to start a business.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you haven't planned as well as you should have.
Mm-hmm.
And so you haven't saved enough money from your other job. And you haven't really thought through the math of the whole thing. And one day, hypothetically, not so much you, Thrivers, but a guy named Clay. Not so much me, but just a guy named Clay. Could be any Clay out there. He was attending Oklahoma State University. And he was working at a part-time job, and one day his wife comes home from work, and she discovers that he is on the couch.
Yep.
Oh.
And now he happened to be so I have to let you know that was me. So I'm on the couch, and my wife comes home, and she says, hey, why are you home so early from Oklahoma State University and from your job working over there at Faith Highway? What happened? Why aren't you at Faith Highway? Why aren't you at Target? Why are you not at Applebee's? Why are you not at any of the jobs you've previously maintained? And why are you not at DirecTV? And why are you not at Oklahoma State University during the middle of the day? And I looked at her with that kind of crazy Clark Griswold eye, and I said, because I started my own business. And she said, what? And I said, no. I mean, we've always had the business, but I'm full-time. I'm free. I can do whatever I want. I'm free. I can do whatever I want. And I literally was so excited. I began going, yes, I am free. I remember saying, I am free. I am starting my own business. I could do whatever I want. And then the music stopped. And I realized, holy crap, I have to sell something. Oh, no. I remember that. I remember seriously going in and talking to my guidance counselor, Bill Welch at Oklahoma State, Okmulgee. If you know Bill Welch, he's a great guy. I remember sitting down with him and I said, Bill, if I stay the course and I get this degree in graphic design, multimedia, how much will I make? And he tells me a figure. And I said, I got to be real. That's how much I could make? And he goes, well, yeah. And at the time it was like $32,000 a year. And I said, I have to go to school for 2 more years to make $32,000 a year. And he's going,
if you get a job and if you play your cards right. Yes.
And he said, well, yeah, you'll need an internship. And I remember just going, oh, no. Because I said, I was doing the math, and I was making about $600 a week DJing at the Yucatan liquor stand at various clubs. And I'm like, that's like, I don't know, $30,000 a year right there, just one night a week. Why in the world would I work full time here for $32,000 a year with no upside? There's no mentorship. I'm not learning anything. I don't have anybody encouraging me. A lot of times, Thrivers, by the way, you need to take a job to learn before you earn. You need a mentor.
Back to pump the brakes, Tiger.
Before you enter the success, sometimes you need to have a mentor. Okay, sometimes you need a mentor to help you enter your success. A lot of times what happens is you want to be successful, but you don't know the way. And so you have to find somebody who's done it before. And that's one thing that amazes me and wows me is when somebody comes into our building who is coachable. Now, the thing is you've got to show up at your appointments and you've got to do your tasks. But we have an entrepreneur that will come in and faithfully meet us and execute the plan that Z and I have laid out in our boom book, our 13-point business system that we've laid. By the way, when we teach you the time management system, it's not our opinion. It's Lee Cockerell, the guy who managed Walt Disney World's proven system. We teach you PR. It's not our opinion. It's the guy who used to be the PR consultant for Michael Jackson, for Nike, for Prince. When we teach you sales, it's the top salespeople on the planet. When we teach you funding, it's Sean Copeland, the CEO and president of Region Bank. We're not making this stuff up. This is real proven stuff. And we cite it all. We vet it all. And when they execute it, it is so exciting to see local and national entrepreneurs execute the plan and become self-employed success stories like Mr. Dominick jump through the Cooper over here. This guy's having some success. He's jumped through the hoops. He's doing it, Z. It's exciting.
It's exciting when you see young people, even, it doesn't matter the people, but young in the sense that their business is young is what I meant. And they listen to what you do because they say, listen, I know I'm going to make a mistake if I don't get mentored because I'm going to either learn by mistakes or by mentoring. And I hope I have enough money. If you're learning by mistakes, hopefully you have enough cash in the bank that you can make a lot of mistakes.
And enough blood.
Enough blood. Otherwise, you want to get some mentors. And we all want great mentors. And that's what we've done. We've traveled. You didn't even mention the leadership one. We've got a stud helping us in leadership.
David Robinson, who a lot of people don't know. He's been more successful off of the basketball court than on it. Academy Sports, maybe you've seen that. That's
just
him.
Kind of a thing.
Omni Hotels, that's his thing. Center Plate, that's the #1 catering business for all the big stadiums. That's him. He's raised more money for the Naval Academy than anybody else. He has a $300 million venture capital fund. He's doing all right.
He's doing great. And so, how did we trick these guys into being mentors? Well, we just told them our story. We told them what our heart was. And you know what? We found guys that were GOATs, greatest of all time in their category.
Boom.
And we talked them into coming on board. Some of them own a little piece of it. Some of them are just mentoring. Some, all different stories and ways that they're on board. But I'll tell you what, folks, when you get a chance to sit down and learn from these high-level guys and gals, it's a game changer.
Now, Thrivers, we have 4 ways you can change your life, and a bonus 5. I'm going to go fast. Here we go. 1, go to Thrive15.com and check out the world's best business school. 2, go to Thrive15.com and subscribe to our podcast. 3, sign up for in-person one-on-one mentorship. 4, sign up for the Thrivetime in-person 2-day workshops. And 5, what's your offer there, Launch Academy?
Oh, go to www.launchacademytulsa.com to get 1 month of academic coaching for only $1.
And Z, as always, 3, 2, 1, boom!